Hello. For today's video, we are going to be talking about using in-text citations for MLA format, which is the formatting guidelines that we use at Mishawaka. So just to kind of learn with an example here, adding in-text citations when writing research papers or any paper that references another work that isn't your own, you'll be often asked to follow a particular style guide. One of the most popular is the Modern Language Association, or MLA, the one that we use. The MLA style of citations involves two parts, an in-text citation and a works cited page. We're going to just focus on in-text citations today. So an in-text citation will usually consist of the author's last name and the page numbers in parentheses of where you found your information. It should go immediately after whatever you cited and before any commas or periods. So for example here, the new program has been criticized for its ineffectiveness. I got this from Wilson, so I put in parentheses, Wilson, pages 140 through 144, parentheses, and then I put that period at the end. If it's in the middle of a sentence, it should go wherever you cited the information, so it goes before this comma and before this analysis here instead of at the end. So citations should go outside of quotation marks, so if the citation is quoted, which in your Lord of the Flies essays they will be, you will put the citation outside of the quotation marks. So we have the citation here, ineffective at best, quotation marks. Outside of that, we put the parentheses, last name, page number, parentheses, and period. If the author is mentioned in the citation, then you do not need to put their name or in the text, you do not need to put their name in the citation. So this one references Roy Wilson, the author. So the only thing that needs to go in my citation is the page number that it was found on. Question marks and exclamation points that are not part of the quote should go after the citation. So the question mark here, why might the new program have been called ineffective at best? You put the citation before the question mark instead. If the question mark is a part of the quotation, then you leave the question mark in the quote and then put the citation in parentheses afterwards with a period to follow. If you ever get a question wrong on this IXL, it will take you to this direct page. So you can either review it on your own or you can come back to this video for help. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of questions to show you what you will do. So add in-text citation using MLA format. The narrator reveals that Phineas is an extremely charming daredevil who feels, or at least admits, no fear. So this is from the book A Separate Piece by John Knowles. That's his last name, chapter 1, page 13. No one but Phineas could think of such a crazy idea. He, of course, saw nothing the slightest bit intimidating about it. He wouldn't admit it if he did. Not Phineas. What I like best about this tree, he said in the voice of his, the equivalent in sound of a hypnotist's eyes, what I like is that it's such a cinch. So this is the source that they're quoting from. And so what I'm going to do is get rid of this period, space, I'm going to put a parentheses, I'm going to put the author's last name, which is Knowles. They will mark you off for spelling, so you'll want to make sure that you spell it correctly. And then it is page 13, parentheses, and period right after. Let's see how well we did. And we did it perfectly right. Let's do one more. Wing Biddlebaum is a nervous man whose constantly moving hands had earned him a new name. This is from Winsburg, Ohio, which is the book by Sherwood Anderson on page 6. The story of Wing Biddlebaum is a story of hands. Their restless activity, like unto the beating of the wings of an imprisoned bird, had given him his name. So same thing I'm going to do. Delete the period, put a parenthesis, add the author's last name, page number, parentheses, period to finish it off, and I'm going to click submit, and I did a great job. So you will need to complete this skill to a score of at least 80. So once this score over here, SMART score, reaches 80, you will be done. You do not need to do anything after that. Make sure that you click the link in Canvas. I think it'll be right below or above this video. Make sure to use that link when completing the assignment. That way your SMART score gets directly sent back to me and I can grade it really quick. Wonderful. That is all I've got for today's e-learning day.